Hey everybody, Dan here from Demos Astrophotography. I wanted to take a quick minute and present a video about what you can expect from this channel and maybe a little insight on how I got started. So I hope you stick around and join us on the road as we chronicle all the incredible locations we come across on my journey chasing the stars. Who knows where we're going to end up. I started my astro journey back in 2017 with the first Great American Eclipse. I had never taken quote-unquote space photos before. Mistakes were made, and in spite of not actually witnessing much of the event because I had my nose buried in my camera, a seed had been planted. Circumstances being what they were, I really didn't have an opportunity to further my craft all that much. All that changed when Comet Neowise appeared in the evening skies in June of 2020. With no clue what I was doing, I went out like everyone else in the world to see it and try and capture it. That night didn't go well, but it set me on a path that would begin to define who I am. I met people who shared my interests, got involved with a local astronomy group, and a hook was set. I knew that in order to capture Neowise in all of its glory, I would have to find darker skies. The darkest skies that I had seen at that time was Cook County, Minnesota, a location that holds a special place in my heart. A trip was planned that would put me on the north shore of Lake Superior when Neowise would be at its brightest. Then COVID happened. By the time I was actually able to get to the lake, Neowise would have a month to fly back toward the outer reaches of our solar system, growing more dim each day. I was still able to capture some images, but that's not what I remember about that trip. I had worked at a resort up there during college 20 years ago, and had seen that night sky many times before. Now though, I was hyper-focused on it. I was sitting on a cobblestone beach, watching a blood-red full moon sink into Lake Superior. It literally looked like a sunset. And then the moon was gone, and the Milky Way blazed into life. You hear people talk about Zen moments. This was mine, but there was no one to share it with. I am normally a very private person and find it hard to put into words my experiences to anyone outside my small comfort circle. So it was hard to explain to people what I experienced on the trip. How do you share such a profound experience with others? In my experience doing outreach events with my local astronomy group, most people don't have the patience to wait for such an event. And to be frank, there are many who live under the light dome of the cities that have no idea what the real night sky even looks like. I have seen so many that were amazed at going from a Bortle 9 major metropolitan area to just a Bortle 5 suburban area. Well, what is a Bortle zone, you may ask? Bortle levels are the amount of light pollution. The center of a major city, every major city, is going to be a level 9. From there, you'll be lucky to see only a handful of the very brightest stars, and of course the moon. Rural areas are generally level 4, and the Milky Way can easily be seen with the naked eye. Border levels 2 and 1 can be otherworldly. My spot on the beach was Bortle 2, and I have since photographed in a Bortle 1 area. People visit and travel through the darkest skies in the world, but usually never know it. The night sky has been lost to all but a few in this modern world. So again I ask, how do you share what can be such a profound experience with others? That's where we come in. There are many channels available that will readily tell you all you need to know about how to photograph the night sky, but we're going to focus on the journey instead. We will do gear highlights and reviews from time to time to show you what makes the journey possible, and share some things we've learned along the way. Whether it's to a local dark sky site, a long road trip to a landmark site, or travel overseas, we will endeavor to take you along with us as we go after that perfect night shot, landscape, or just something you don't see every day. The chase begins now.